Welcome to Flatfoots and Fools, a podcast about detective games. I'm Andrew, and today I'm joined by John. How are you doing today?
Hey, buddy, it's good to hear you. I'm doing all right.
Excellent. I'm happy to be here because today we are starting the case of Tangle Tower. This is the 2019 sequel to the Detective Grimoire game we covered a few episodes ago from SFB Games. It's continuing on the story from Detective Grimoire, Secret of the Swamp. Sally, the cart attendant, has now joined you as your companion.
Yo, it took me so long to realize that was Sally. Like, it's my
Yeah.
note surprise.
I clocked it because I played them in backwards order. I
Oh,
played Tower first, and then when I got Detective Grimoire, I'm like, where's my companion? And then you get a little bit into it, I'm like, this lady has green hair and his name's Sally. Is this my what is this?
my notes are like, ooh, we get a new person? Sally? We get a Watson? And then like, oh, she's the gift shop girl.
Yep.
Okay.
Delightfully
Oh,
snarky still, which is nice.
teenagers. I don't remember how old she is.
Question mark. Yeah. So you don't need to play Detective Grimoire first to enjoy this game. I played it in the backwards order and still really enjoyed it. And it's the second in the series that will very soon include a third entry. As of June 2nd, third entry is scheduled for 2026, but there's an announcement coming later this week, which I suspect will be the release date. So I think my information will be out of date in a couple days.
By the time you hear this, we would have known more. Could we wait to release this and record this? Nah, we're just gonna go forward.
Yeah, we wait for no one.
That's definitely not true.
Okay. Besides each other, we wait for no one.
Fair.
So, what is this game top level?
Point and click, my favorites.
Yeah, like it's got a point and click, I don't know, investigation phase, but then you have these deduction challenges that are done via, I don't know what to call it, the deduction wheel?
Yeah,
Deduction scroll bar? I need a better name for that.
what do you mean by scroll bar?
Well, not scroll bar, but as much you can like scroll through the different options to do the deduction sentence.
Oh yeah. Like the Mad Libs one?
No, it's not Mad Libs. It's like when you need to do like the summary about someone. You've got 8 different nouns, 5 different verbs, 8 different nouns, 5 different verbs.
Oh, the combination locks. Yeah, okay. Now I know what you mean by scroll wheel.
I don't know what to call it. Combination lock, I guess that works.
You're unlocking a mystery. I can see why they do that.
Yeah, it's good because it checks your knowledge of the story up to that point and what you understand in a pretty good way.
And if you're lazy, you could, in fact, brute force it.
I mean, yes, you could, but Game Maker's Toolkit did the math on it, and if you have no clue, it's something like 5,700 combinations.
But if you know 2 out of the 3, you could brute force the last one if you just don't understand or remember. I don't suggest it, but you could.
Yeah, and that's sort of an upside of the system is that if you know 3 out of the 4,
Yeah.
then the final part, you can sort of look at it and using the contexts, it kind of hints to what the 4th would be, but you have to at least know the other ones.
Yeah. It tells you if you don't know enough to try.
And sort of tells you how many you're getting wrong as well when you do it. Like if it's completely off, he'll say one voiced line versus if it's really close, he'll be like, that's really close, but something isn't quite right.
I did a recap for myself before recording today about this game. I did not go back to relook at Detective Grimoire, but if I remember, if Detective Grimoire was the one where I think I really liked the hint system, was it?
I might not have used it here. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Like because we're doing these reviews, like I try to use the hint system instead of being like all toxic masculine, be like, oh, I'm all this man, I'm gonna do everything. Nah, fam. And this one, I used the hint system a little bit. It didn't make you feel like a dum dum. It just like politely nudges you along, and that was great.
Yeah, that's really good. Because I originally played this one before we had all the plans, so I didn't properly engage with all of the systems in that way.
One of us needs to be the Watson.
Yeah. So in this one, you move from room to room or location to location. Most of it's rooms because unlike the previous game where you were out and about in a swamp, this mostly takes place in the Tangle Tower estate, which is a pair of towers attached at the bottom that 2 different families live in. And you investigate each room. You can check out various locations to have clues. Most rooms will have a person in there to talk to. And then each person, you can ask them about the other people or about the various clues to get more information. And generally, everybody has something to hide that you need to discover, and you'll be eventually given one of those deduction challenges, mostly about each person. And you're called there because someone named Flora has been killed in what kind of appears to be a locked room murder. And that's sort of like the opening and the demo of the case as well.
I only learned what a locked room murder was from watching YouTube video essays about Knives Out, Wake Up Dead Man.
Yeah.
So my understanding is locked room murder is what it sounds like. The murder is in a locked room. So how could you do it? Kind of deal.
Yes. And it's not exactly that because the grandma is there. So normally a locked room doesn't have a witness ish.
Oh yeah, but you don't talk.
Yeah. Which is why I called it like locked room.
Yeah, I think that's why they did it.
Which also, come to think of it, the next game, if you play the demo for that one, opens with giving you a locked room murder as well. So I'm seeing a trend here. So they also have intermittent variety puzzles. So sometimes to unlock a door, you need to find a combination, and that combination is a puzzle that you get clues from elsewhere in the game, kind of similar to the way Murder on the Orient Express had these variety of little different things.
Little mini games.
Yeah, and those overall, I enjoyed the intermittent variety puzzles. It was a nice little refresher. So we've already done a nice little deep dive on the deduction challenges. We'll save the big plot stuff for the spoiler zone. One of my favorite things, again with this game, is the audio, both the soundtrack and the voice acting.
Oh yes, absolutely.
It's like soundtrack, amazing vibes. Like it puts you in that world in just such a nice way. I also really enjoyed the characters' voice acting.
Yeah, like it's fun. This is definitely one that I started with the Steam Deck, and when playing on the train, I had to like listen for other things, listen to what's going around me. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait till I get home and play on my computer, man, because the audio is worth it.
Yeah. And you are interviewing a completely wacky cast of characters. A few of them include what do we have? A grandma who doesn't speak, a dad who seems to be obsessed with painting figurines, the scientist's daughter who relates to everyone through equations. Like one of the other daughters is all about keeping birds. Then there's one of the sons is the gardener.
Yep, Gardner.
Was the uncle up in the tower?
Yeah, the astronomy tower.
Yeah, so you've got astronomy uncle, a random detective who is also there to investigate the case and throw shade at you. Hawkeye, yeah. I was gonna call it Hawk something. Is it just Hawk?
Hawkshaw.
Mm-hmm. And again, everybody's got a hidden agenda, so everyone is suspicious and is clearly trying to hide something from you. But as you dig all of them out, not all of them are related to the murder.
People just got secrets, man.
Mm-hmm. And I like that framing in that it allows everybody to be suspicious and can be a suspect from the main murder until you adequately investigate and sort of not exactly cross them off the list, but figure out, okay, this person had a reason to be suspicious that isn't involved with the main murder. Kind of like when you've got like the sort of the A plot and the B plot and maybe a C plot in a traditional mystery novel.
Well, there are 9 characters if you include the murdered victim. Include the victim in a Brady Bunch scheme, and everyone's got a story.
Sort of the big thing I didn't like. It's a common issue for me in point and click adventures was pixel hunting.
Oh, yeah.
Like you get into a room and there's a ton of things to click on, and many of them have a voice line associated with them. Now, normally that's great. The problem is sometimes when you're clicking around, you end up clicking on what is the same object box multiple times, and you start to hear that voice line a lot.
That was a problem on the Steam Deck.
It's very difficult sometimes to tell if you've gotten everything in a room and what specific piece is going to be a clue and what isn't. I mean, that may be adventure game conventions I'm not used to, but I found that to be a bit annoying. I wish it had something like the Ace Attorney system where if you click on a thing once and hear the voice line, it adds a little check mark to your cursor whenever you're over
Oh,
and it
yeah.
triggers that same voice line. It would make the hunting for objects easier because you'd sort of eliminate sections as you go. But I think that system helps me a lot, or that type of system.
Small quality of life stuff like that would be great.
Yeah, and it's by no means a deal breaker. It's just one of those things that I would love it if it was a little bit better for my tastes. And then there was a lot of clues, and I felt the compulsion to then go rub every clue on every person, which is kind of that just happens in point and click style investigations. Like,
That's old school point and click. I'm not gonna lie, I did the same thing. You get an achievement for that.
Mhm. I mean, I do that in all the Ace Attorney games as well, so it's not alone in this.
Shotgun approach, yeah.
All right. So, anything else you want to cover before we dive into the spoiler zone?
I want to do a shout out to the YouTube channel Adventure Vault because I usually use them because they have full game with no commentary videos. And apparently, I've used them for a couple of games to refresh my memory and playing the game. I very much appreciate them playing and posting it up for use as a reference. We'll put a link somewhere.
Yeah, let's try to get that in the show notes, and I'll actually try and properly do it this time.
Credit where credit's due.
Yeah. So, my carping aside, I do quite enjoy this game. So, I recommend this for anyone who's looking for a not too crazy hardcore experience. It's a lot of fun just jumping into the world and investigating these characters and then doing some deduction challenge, but you don't have to worry about being on all the time, every second
Did you play this on your computer or on the TV?
on computer.
You have it set up for your TV? I forget.
No, not anymore. My TV does not do Steam Link.
I could see this one being a good one to play on a TV. Oh, another thing I really like. Once you interviewed everybody, they did little recap for you to compare notes. That was awesome. The little videos.
Oh, yeah. That's a nice little almost chapter close in a way.
Oh, and you can go back to that. So if, like, you stop playing for a while, you can always go back and like refresh your memory really quick. That was a good quality of life one. I wish more games would do that.
That is really good because this game's a bit longer than Detective Grimoire. I think it's like a 7-hour average versus Detective Grimoire is like 4, if I'm guessing.
Really? I think I played like 4, almost 5 hours.
Yeah, I think I was just running from how long to beat,
Oh yeah.
which is sort of an average that once you figure out how you relate to them works well. Yeah. So it is time for the spoiler zone. You have been warned. So this game, the characters, like, holy crap. Where do we start on them?
It's sad.
Yeah. So, like the previous one, this house was built here and was home to one of the big game hunters club.
I don't think you know that until like the end.
Yeah. You mostly investigate the house, but eventually you get access to like the basement lab. And that's sort of after you've mostly figured out stuff about all the characters. And that's where you figure out, oh, someone in this house has been chasing cryptids.
Yeah, exactly. Like you realize that it ties into the first game. And I remember thinking, number one, I'm dumb for being surprised at that. Like narratively speaking, this is the Empire Strikes Back of the three. I'm guessing the next one hopefully will conclude the story.
I have no idea if it'll conclude or if they'll keep going.
It's gotta be, right? Like next one's named like Mermaid, which is more water cryptid.
Yes, and it takes place on a submarine mostly.
I don't understand the time period.
Don't worry about it. Doesn't matter.
It's like Batman the animated series. Like you got blimps, but you got supercomputers.
Yeah, it's wacky. I think it's aimed like 1970s, 80s, maybe.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there are submarines back then. All right, yeah.
I'd have to
Yeah.
do the math on Boggy Swamp. 'Cause, like, in theory, we could figure out what the time was. Yeah. So, one of the biggest spoilers is that, and this one, I did not see the twist about Hawkshaw coming whatsoever.
Which is why a few minutes ago, when we were looking up her name, when I saw the name Hawkshaw, it clicked in my head. Like we're just gonna say Penny is Hawkshaw.
Mm-hmm.
The bird lady is Hawkshaw.
Yep.
It's in the name.
I thought that was a coincidence. Yeah. I completely didn't see that twist coming. And then once that hits, I was like, what? What is this voodoo?
Oh man. Oh yeah. Hawkshaw for the bird lady.
Mm-hmm. As you uncover this house, you find out that the murdered daughter was trying to get the uncle, I believe, to stop doing weird shit and chasing the cryptids. And it's clear like the two families that are in these two halves of the tower are kind of like they're almost all locked there in a way. Like,
Oh, I was thinking about it today. You think they took inspiration from Rapunzel?
I mean, they might have.
Rapunzel Tower. They're all locked up. And some of them are trying to leave.
Yeah, some people want to leave. They're like prisoners of tradition, not literally locked up.
I mean, when you have that much money, I guess, yeah, you have to be there.
Yeah, and so there was this plan to unite the two families. So there was a Penny was supposed to get married to what was the gardener's name?
Fits.
Fitz. But it becomes clear like that's an arranged marriage and Fitz is actually interested in someone else. And so you've got sort of a romantic entanglements going that way, and then the scientist's daughter knows that people need to leave the tower for their own good, but is having trouble convincing everyone of that. And the astronomer uncle is spending more time spying on other family members with his telescope than the stars.
The scientist's daughter that wanted to convince her, she was the one that needed to be convinced. So I was like thinking about like what was the real motive for the murder? So was it Fiona?
The victim.
The victim was trying to break generational trauma, I guess, and she needed to out all the cryptids so that Fifi, heir to the tower, would be willing to leave.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was like in the beginning, like it's real sad.
What is that? Not melancholy. But yeah, like you're watching all these people who are stuck here and need to break out of this cycle, and they're sort of aware of it a little bit, but can't bring themselves to do it.
I still don't understand why she needed to die though. Because she was going to like blast out the family secrets to the world, but then like Grimoire's still alive.
I think that there was what was it that Hawkeye slash Penny wanted?
Hawkshaw.
Hawkshaw, yeah. Not Hawkeye.
Hawkeye's a hero.
Mm-hmm.
His name out of your mouth. Smack.
But yeah, so Fiona was going to uncover something that Hawkshaw slash Penny wanted out of the tower. I think she wanted, was it the bug? No, she was using the
Yes.
bug.
She wanted the bug too. Because it was proof of cryptids.
Mm-hmm. Because in the underground lab, there's more than just the bug, sort of alluded to. So I got a little mixed up which cryptid is where.
Like they were all friends, right?
The cryptid hunters? Or
No, the girls.
yes, sort of.
Oh
Kind of.
no. If you get the picture, right? The picture where Goth Girl's not a goth girl,
Mm-hmm.
like Penny's the one that's the only one not in it.
Oh, is she not in that?
She's not. I don't think so. It's Goth Girl, Scientist, and Victim. Only three of them.
Ah,
Man, now it's just getting sadder.
yeah, but it makes a great case to dig into.
But it was a good case. But the motive, I'm still trying to wrap my head around the motive, I guess. And the whole Rapunzel thing,
Yeah, I mean, part of it is trying to stop people from breaking the cycle.
fair, but Grimoire's still alive.
I mean, now, yes, but
She didn't have enough time to kill him, I guess.
yeah. And I think killing Fiona was a short-term solution to stop things from happening, not the final step.
Fair.
Though doing it as a locked room murder really does help to not make it obvious who killed her.
Did it imply that she killed the other hunters? Because, like, in one of the things, is like Grimoire says, if Fiona figured out what you did to the other hunters, and then they show a picture of all the hunters with their eyes blacked out, implying that she got them all killed. But that's not what happened in the first game.
No, but maybe she got the other ones.
Maybe.
I guess we'll have to find out more. Coming soon, TM.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I would have to dig into that exact block thread because that's a little fuzzy in my brain at the moment. But I'm sure we will find out more. So, what was your favorite thing to get revealed?
I think the part where it looped back to the first game, when I was like, why did I not see this coming? That was a surprise to me. And then the gut punch of like, this girl didn't need to die. I don't think so. I think there were other ways to have done this. Like, what the hell? Why is this person so broken?
Everyone in that tower is pretty broken, unfortunately.
I mean, yeah, people broken. You don't really get to murder her. And so elaborate. She had like a whole second persona ready to go. I mean, yeah, I get that makes sense that she's been tortured. Sad.
Now, my favorite was when you're looking at the painting, realizing that the second hole is not a potted plant, or the second unpainted section.
You mean when the murder?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Toward the end when you're figuring everything out. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention. You know when Fitz shows up? Anytime he shows up inside his garden, that they have his red eyes glowing.
Oh, yeah.
That's a silly red herring.
It looks like a vampire peering out of the mists.
I like trying to make him sound evil and ominous, that he's like a cheater or something or whatever. I mean, I kind of felt for that first, like,
Yeah, I mean, they did do a good job of giving him that very suspicious vibe straight off the bat.
yeah, but he's just a himbo.
I thought one of the hardest things for me to find was the feathers on the rooftop garden. That took me forever. I just did not click them for some reason. It was one of the clues you needed to pick up. Colored feathers
Oh,
up in the rooftop garden, like between the two rooms. For some reason, I just was unable to find those for quite some time.
I had to refer to a picture of all the clues because I couldn't find it. Oh, I think it was the headphones.
Ah,
I knew I was missing something.
yeah, maybe like what is it, a hotspot highlighter might be a nice feature to be able to
Yeah.
turn on sometimes.
Yeah, that would definitely be really nice.
I had the same gripe about Dark Side Detective and then found out later it did have one and I just missed it. So, watch that happen again on this one. That would be embarrassing.
But the hint system in this game is really good, though. Oh, that's what I did. I hit the hint system. It told me where to go, and then I savagely clicked all around the space until I found it.
Yeah, I don't remember if I used the hints at all. I just went back and looked and I got all but one achievement. Apparently, I didn't get one for like clicking on the 3 chemistry posters.
Same.
I have no idea how I missed that. Like, I assume I would have clicked everything.
My only save file is at the end, and you can't.
Can't go back.
No, you have to play through the whole thing, I think.
I might do that during meetings then.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I want to see it 100%. Oh, and you know what? I took a screenshot of the Greek alphabet notes, thinking I'm gonna need to refer to it later. Because now when I play games, I take notes.
Mhm.
And no, it had nothing to do with that. It was just part of the achievement.
Nice.
Oh, and there's one line that Penny said at the end that just made me sad that I wrote down. It's this tower is a bunch of people who aren't here anymore. The ghost of the tower.
Mhm. And then even the people who are still technically there might be, like, kinda mentally checked out.
Yeah, man, they're all stuck there for the inheritance, I guess.
You could sort of argue, like, grandma almost isn't there, like, she doesn't even talk to people.
Yep, you didn't get nothing out of her. But overall, I liked it.
Oh, yeah. I had quite a bit of fun with this game, and I am looking forward to the next one. Played the demo for Mermaid Mask, I wanna say a year and a half ago, so should be good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next game. So, what else have you been playing lately?
I finally got back in the groove of playing games. That's why, like, I played this game last week. I still play Helldivers. I'm getting my life in order. Winter blues are over, so now I feel more energized. I'm playing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations because I would like to get links back on here eventually. And I'm also open to suggestions. I'm going to finish Beekeeper's Picnic. I might do No Case Should Remain Unsolved.
Yeah, that's a good one to do because it does something novel that I think would be cool to talk about.
And I bought some other games that we mentioned earlier together before we started. Either Case of Fraud, Little Problems, Unsolved Case, The Red Pearls of Borneo, A Hand with Many Fingers. I'm going to try to play through those in the near future. Those are my target detective games.
Nice. Yeah, we just had a flood of new releases. I think 12 detective-ish games came out in May, so it was a big month. So I've been playing through some stuff. I had a few that I didn't completely vibe with. I've got one I'm an hour and a half into and I'm still very torn on. It has the most title that has ever been titled. It's called The Remake of the End of the Greatest RPG of All Time.
Yep, that sounds very Japanese.
But it's not exactly Japanese. It's strange. It does not fit in any boxes, like at all. So that inherently makes it interesting. I'm not far enough in yet to see if the pieces coalesce properly, which is always a weird state to be in. Because, like, if I had to stop playing and say how I feel right now, it would be kind of meh, but maybe it'll come together more. That's kind of how that kind of stuff can go. What's the most recent one I really enjoyed? Who Summoned It?
Is that a game?
Yes, it is a delightful little romp. If you draw a line from like Dark Side Detective to Case of the Golden Idol, so Dark Side Detective, like pure point and click adventure. Like you
Right.
take a big step towards Golden Idol, you get this game, like a Tangle Tower type of thing, where you're mostly doing point and click stuff, but you've got these distinct like deduction challenges spaced throughout the game. If you take another step towards Golden Idol, you get Who Summoned It. So instead of the four things, you get like the Golden Idol paragraph fill-ins, but you still interact with the world in a more point and clicky way. And then if you take like another step towards Golden Idol, you get like Duck Detective.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I'd say Who Summoned It is like halfway between Tangle Tower and Duck Detective, like mechanically. And it was a just a fun fantasy world to run around in and untangle a frankly ludicrously convoluted plot.
Love
It's one of
convoluted
the
plots, man.
yeah, it's one of those things where you got, I think it was like 12 different characters all doing stuff and a bunch of things that people are doing independently end up weirdly impacting the other ones and messing things up. But initially, it all just seems like chaotic, scattered, random events. But once you finally untangle it, it becomes clear. No, everything is connected, even though the characters didn't anticipate that. And that was a very cool thing for me to uncover.
Yeah, like any good storyteller.
Yeah. So we have a note to talk about. It's sort of related to what I just mentioned. The abundance of games.
You texted me this week about that.
Yeah, so detective games are coming out at a ridiculously fast pace now. By the count I had at the end of May, there was already 42 detective games released in 2026. So I sent a note to John saying something like, hey, so if we quadrupled our output, went all the way up to like 2 game releases per week, we still might not be able to run out of content.
I remember thinking, bro, I have a day job, right? Like,
Yep.
and also our list of detective games goes back to like OG Carmen San Diego in 1982. We're fine. It's
Hmm.
just a lot. Although one thing I do notice when you said that, and I looked up some of the games of then versus now and stuff like that, like the games are much shorter now. A lot of the ones that we are focusing on lately, mostly because of my own work schedule, it takes me a while to go through something like Disco Elysium or a 20-hour chonker like,
Any of the Ace Attorneys.
yeah, exactly. I was thinking Ace Attorneys. And looking back at some of the older ones, like the early 2000s, they're clocking in at solid double digit numbers and stuff like that. Nowadays, they're more cozier. With the 40 to 60 detective games, you run the gamut of all kinds of time criteria and styles. Like my criteria nowadays of what I choose to play is based on how long to beat, mostly to try to keep up with this so I don't feel guilty and I don't want to get replaced yet. But it's fascinating to look at it. And like Napoleon, I wish for anything but time.
Yeah, and there's been some great stuff. Like the Mystery Game Jam was last month. So there'll be a half a dozen games probably. I mean, in theory, everything there could be interesting, but usually there's half a dozen good-ish ones that come out. They've done that game jam previous years. Some of the ones that we've got on our list are outgrowths of that, where people polished up what they made for the jam and then sometimes expanded into a full Steam game.
Oh yeah.
Lots of good stuff to check out there. At some point, we're going to have to do a couple of compilation episodes of smaller games. One might be like Case of the Golden Idol style one shots, because there's quite a few out there that are a single case that someone made, usually for a game jam. Like one of them was, could you make a Golden Idol style game with like an MS DOS interface?
Write a good enough story, you can make it out of anything, man.
Yeah. And it's a single case. And so you could do like 3 or 4 of those and have an interesting like time comparing them and seeing like, oh, these are things that did work, didn't work. And on paper, that's 4 different games, even though it's half the length of a single Golden Idol game. But yeah, we got plenty to go through.
As long as they're good stories, I'm always down. Like, I mean, our definition of detective games is very, very broad.
Yes. And boy, is that a debate I get to online all the time. Someone will come in and be like, hey, have there been any good detective games lately? And I'll have to stop and be like, okay, what do you mean when you say a detective game?
Ah, so you ask the questioner, it's not about what you want to play. Ah, because when people ask me about that, I used to go, I don't know, man. It's either logic games or you wear a trench coat, one or the other. Both are detective games to me. Like, it's a very loose definition, man.
Yeah. And I feel the same way that they both are. But sometimes when somebody asks, they mean some subset of that. Maybe they only want a game where you run around in a trench coat. And that's why I have to ask them. Because if I tell them to play Golden Idol, they're going to look at me like I'm an alien. And then conversely, some people only want to detect. But if you have games you'd like to recommend to us, you should join us on our Discord for any suggestions. The link will be down in the show notes. And you can also follow the podcast on Blue Sky at Flatfoots and Fools, one word. Podcast is edited by Peter Crevier. Podcast art by Lily DeGrosse. And music is by Antonic Music. Stay safe, everyone.